Good evening, guys. It's Phil. It's all Leeds TV, and we are back. We have another big match preview ahead of the most entertaining game in world football tomorrow. And obviously, we have plenty to discuss, and I'm joined by two of our very own. I've got the wonderful Big Scott, and I have Mike the Crumble Man. So I'll come to you, Scotty, first. Hello, how you doing? Are you settled there? You seem to be having problems already.
No, here it's all right. I just knocked my camera, and I've actually just realised that my battery's on 35%. So we may make this quick tonight, lads.
Yeah, we'll keep it short. I don't think it's going to take that long for us to say we're going to get Dick tomorrow. So yeah, we'll sign off now, shall we?
Yeah, it's done.
How are you doing, Mike? Nice to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm all good, thanks.
Have you missed me? I've been away a while. I haven't seen you on the actual show. You know, of course you haven't.
It's been quiet.
Well, good. You know, everybody needs that in their life sometimes. It's been quiet for me without you, and I'm glad that we can all get back together and sort out our differences, you know, live on air in front of 6 people. One of which I assume is my missus who sat on the couch. So, obviously, Scott, you did your pre-match presser show.
It's the weirdest. How do you even title that? It's a pre-match preview that's post the pre-match presser.
Well done. There's a lot of things in there, so you did well. I'd have fucked up at least twice. But I'll admit, like, you, or at least you managed to come across as feeling quite confident, or at least far more confident than I'm about to start this show feeling.
Confident is it's a stretch, but yeah. I'm going to use a word that the DUP have been thrown around, or the UUP have been thrown around with this political season coming up here for votes, and it's the word hope. The word hope is being thrown around an awful lot. And I'll be honest, I think that's what the press conference gave me. It wasn't optimism or genuine belief that we can take something away tomorrow, but I actually have hope.
When you just said the word belief there, all I can see is the Derby playoff semi-final, believe. Yeah, I must admit, I watched it, and the whole way through, I was like, how's he managing to stay this positive? And then obviously Oscar did his today, and Oscar as well was, even the title of it was like, you know, we could. And I'm like, we can't, but okay, we're all on the same page of happiness and optimism. Mate, do you think there is, I mean, I don't want to spoil the end of the show, and we will obviously get to our predictions. The guys in the comments, do the whole smashing likes and all that shit, but get your predictions in, tell us your lineups, all the stuff that you want us to flash up, and we'll get onto those in a minute. But Mike, do you give us any hope tomorrow?
Yeah. You can't know me. I always do. I always will.
Well, yeah. Maybe I've got the two most optimistic or positive people on to balance out my inevitable pessimism. Because
I think out of all Leeds TV, me and Mike are probably the single most optimistic people in the channel.
My thinking is though, they've got Champions League to play on Wednesday. They've just played as well. They played a full team then, and they only won what? 3, no, was it 4-3-3-2? 4-3. So they need, and you will know what Real Madrid are like at the Bernabeu. Yeah. So they're going to feel hopefully a weakened side.
I mean, weakened for them is like still second in the league for most people.
It's still a top 6 side, but still.
Yeah, I think there's at least one positive person in my house this evening, because I told my missus that if we win tomorrow, Lad and Dad might be coming to have a sleepover. So when we got home, she made me get the Hoover out. And I was like, oh, we're going to win. That's so cute. I've even got her actually laughing at me. That never happens. Alison and Marty are with us. Hello. Obviously, so are we. So I'm actually at the game tomorrow. I'm going in the West Stand as usual. Lad and Dad are in the West Stand. So if you're in the West Stand and want to come say hello, you know where we are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. When I first got told I had tickets, I was basically just like, well, we're going to lose 6-0, but at least I might get to see De Bruyne. So that's
listen, that's that same mentality of the kids that went to the Man U scum game, going, oh, well, we're going to get absolutely hammered, but at least they get to watch Ronaldo play.
Oh, no. Different vibe. If he's wearing red, I don't give a fuck if it's Messi, mate. I ain't taking pictures of no fucker in red. Yeah, De Bruyne, you got to admire it, haven't you? You got an opportunity to go see a World Cup.
I don't think he'll play, though. If Pep Guardiola plays him, Real Madrid put them out in the next round. That's it. The next game they lose. There's a couple of players, and I've pretty much touched on it in my pre-match, that I honestly think, and I was speaking to my brother, and he thinks Pep's going to throw everything at everything to stop Liverpool winning all the trophies. But I don't believe that for 1 second. I honestly think Pep is looking at that league now and he goes, look, Liverpool are going to take this. He is more determined for that Champions League because it's always been out of reach. Has he even got past the semi-final yet?
He got to the final.
I see how memorable that game was.
But then he didn't even play striker. No, he didn't play. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, they played. Was it Chelsea? My God, that's embarrassing getting beat by Chelsea in the Champions League final.
It is, especially that Chelsea team that is nowhere near City's level. But
I honestly think if he plays the likes of De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, maybe Grealish is so much better at Man City. It's painful to admit. And even Jesus, if he plays any of them, I do not see them getting past Madrid. I really don't.
I don't know. I see Jack Grealish definitely playing because he was on the bench the other night. He comes off the bench and he doesn't really tend to start the big games for them. And there's a couple that I can see them thrown in. I reckon Ake will get thrown in against us tomorrow, and
probably.
Obviously, they'll save Laporte and Diaz for Real Madrid. Zinchenko has been playing every game at left back, but I expect Zinchenko to play. He's probably the weakest link of that entire team, but even still, get our first team, especially at fucking left back, let's be honest.
Here, see just while we've got one of our viewers on there. See that picture of Sturdy Dallas?
Yeah.
That is from Kim Weston, who's in the chat there.
Good. Well, hello, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
So... Mike, what do you think to this City team? Obviously, Scott's saying they may prioritise other competitions, but you've got to obviously sort of raise your hat to both of them. They're two of the best teams of any generation, to be honest. They are that fucking good. But, we've seen what Liverpool done to us twice this season. We know what City did to us earlier in the season.
It's not just their first team, it's their second team as well. But they can play a second team out and still be to 18 of the 20 teams in the league anyway.
Yeah.
So they can still give everyone a good run for their money. It's just whether or not they're up for it on the day. It's not just everyone's on about City's got to lose the game and then Liverpool win it. Liverpool can also drop points as well.
Yeah.
There's still a fair few games left to play. They've got Newcastle tomorrow lunchtime. That's not going to be an easy game.
No.
So it's not going to be, this game will decide the title if they lose. So he will prioritise the Champions League, in my eyes, for this game, which then could benefit us.
Yeah. It's weird that you bring Newcastle into it, because if you actually look at the form since Jesse Marsh took over, I think it is, or whether it's the last 5 games, the 4 teams that have the best form are actually playing each other tomorrow.
Playing each other.
So Liverpool, Man City, Leeds and Newcastle, which is mad. But yeah, I always find it hilarious. I've been saying to a few people over the last few days and said it on the player ratings the other night with Chris. Going into this game, we actually are on the same run of form as City, like 11 points from our last 5 games. So, I mean, I know how you guys feel, and we'll talk about the style of play and how it feels, and obviously putting the results ahead of the performances. I haven't enjoyed the way we played, but at the moment, like, I've got to the point where I'm like, fuck it, these results and staying up is all that matters. So, yeah, we'll deal with the style of the play in the summer, and I think, like you were saying in your video, I don't know what to call it, Scott, but
my pre-matcher. The pre-matcher.
So he did touch on it, and he did talk a little bit about the style of play, and he said obviously it's not what it's meant to be yet, and I think a little bit of that is because the players haven't fully given it their all in terms of buy-in. There's still a lot of Bielsa-isms that come out, and that wouldn't be what Jesse Marsch is asking for.
No.
At the same time, like seeing the ball hoof long, like Jesse Marsch wants the ball on the floor and played up to the striker, not twatted over the top. And I must admit, the Rafinha on long throws thing, that was something that really blagged my head. Do you remember when England had Harry Kane taking corners under Roy Hodgson? It made me think of that, and I was like, for fuck's sake, you're meant to be in there. Stop throwing it.
But he explained why he done that and how it came to be, and it's something that he's always had in his teams. He's always had a designated long throw taker as an extra set piece to a free kick. And in the position he was in, I think for anyone that watched the watch along, you even see me going, wait, Rafinha's taking a throw in? Like, why is he taking? And then you seen what they were trying to do, and I thought that is an inkling of what we're going to get with March ball whenever it finally marches into Ellen Road.
Jesus.
But
it's never Rory Delap, is it?
No, but let's see at the minute. We shouldn't be enjoying the football right now. And we see people gurning and complaining about the style of football. Oh, if that's how we're going to play, I don't want to watch it. Like, go back and watch someone else, you piece of crap. Like, we're in a relegation slog. If you're enjoying watching football while your team's in a relegation slog, well, then you, my friend, haven't got an ounce of absolute sense. We need results. I don't care if we park the bus after 5 minutes getting a fluky 1 goal up against Man City. If we park the bus and beat them 1-0, boom. Because that wouldn't have happened in the previous regime. We went for a second and a third and a fourth, and we got tanked 8th.
When you think about it, we did beat them last season at the Etihad, and we did sit back and park the bus. So we have proved, even under Bielsa, who doesn't tend to do that, and it was a one-off, and it was because of the red card and everything. But we have proved that the only way to beat Man City is by not fucking trying to play them at their own game. Don't fucking man-mark. Don't try and fucking press them. Just let them do what they got to do and hit them on the counter. And let's be honest, Dan James, Rafinha, Jack Harrison, Rodrigo on the counter is... I'm really, really clinging to, like, small miracles here, because I don't believe even what I'm saying, but they are threatening on the counter, aren't they, Mike?
It can be. As long as they get the passing right at the right times, instead of these stupid long balls, misplaced passes, blaming each other. It's all got to click tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way.
James and... I think the thing with our pressing as well is you can kind of see the bits that have sort of started to come together is they will all kind of vacate one side of the field and go press at the other side of the field.
Yeah.
And that will work against teams like Watford, who aren't very press resistant and can't pass the ball. When you are playing a team like Man City, like no matter which player you press on their team, they're happy to just ping a 70-yard ball right on someone else's toe, and then they're in down the other side. So I really fear for us in wide areas. So I'd like to see more, no even tiny attempt at the 4-2-2 tomorrow. Just go 4-2-3-1, definitely, which he said again, Scott. He did say the 4-2-3-1 is becoming his preference this season for the way he wants to play. But eventually it will become the 4-2-2-2. The penis and balls. But yeah, I mean, what tactical battles will play out and make a big difference tomorrow? What's your one to watch of who's going to be important?
For us or for City?
Both, as in like a man v man situation.
Again, I know people are talking about the wings and stuff. I think the battle will be in the middle of the park again. Whoever's, I think we're going to. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself going to the lineup predictions, but I think the two double pivots are going to be, and I apologize for the pun, they're going to be pivotal for us tomorrow. And what that Rumsey said as well there, if we can get the balls over their defenders for James to run onto, there's trouble. That's trouble for City. That's where I'm going. Right, that'll be us. And obviously Cooper, being the leader that he has been from his comeback, ideally Llorente should be watching the under-23s right now to see how to defend, and maybe even how to friggin' pass the ball. How was he a Spanish? Oh, never mind. But like,
I hope Gail's watching, because she will go for you, and it's not me.
I don't care. He's League One Llorente. I've said it for weeks. League One Llorente. Liam Cooper has been an absolute epiphany from we've changed the zonal market. But again, I don't see us trying to play down the wings too much, especially from defence tomorrow, because Ailing and Dallas will be caught out an absolute blinder. And it doesn't matter who City play. It doesn't matter who they put out there, because even their fourth choice team could finish in the Champions League position. And that's the difference in a good few years of building with billions and billions of dollars, and good coaching and that longevity. That's all been instilled in them. We're not even 2 months in the marching on together era. We're not. We're still mourning Bielsa in parts. So it's very tough. Tomorrow is going to be. Tomorrow's a free hit. I don't care about it. It's a free hit, but I do think we can get something out of it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think a lot of people don't like the term free hit because it insinuates that you haven't got a chance. But let's be honest. I think Leeds have always, the players, the fans, the club in general has always sort of collapsed under pressure. So if you think it's a free hit, well, it takes the pressure off. Maybe we do go and do something like we did last year at the Etihad. But I think most teams go into games like tomorrow thinking, well, if I can keep the score down to 2-0, that'd be nice. So like, in a sense, whether you like the term free hit or not, it genuinely is one. Mike, are you a free hit fan or a non-free hit fan?
Not at this time of the season, definitely not. You need points on the table, and using the term free hit is basically just saying walk all over us, have your way, move on to the next game, and then we'll do the same against Arsenal, same against Chelsea.
Everton did it against Liverpool. There you go. There's 3 points.
Yeah. But if we just sit back and just give the next 3 games, looking at it as a free hit, which we're going to, let's be honest, if you're doing it for City, you're doing it for Arsenal, you're doing it for Chelsea, we're then going to get sucked in, and we're going to be like 1 point off relegation, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
I fancy us against Chelsea. Honestly, I actually genuinely fancy us against Chelsea. They're crap.
Their season is over.
The players' heads aren't in it or anything anymore. Half of them aren't even going to be here next season. 𝐃𝐎𝐖 is probably doesn't even want to be here. That's the one out of our next 3. That's the one I am hands down saying we get 3 points. But we're not talking about that one yet.
No.
Don't bring me on to the big match preview for that one.
I love that. I like
that.
Danny thinks 9 points for the next 3 games. Here we go. We're going to Europe. Fuck the relegation battle.
Europa Conference League is on.
Yeah. To be honest, tomorrow and a bit of Sunday as well, I think as much as obviously, again, not skipping ahead and doing the score predictions, I think people can already tell my sentiments of feeling like we don't have much chance of getting too much tomorrow, bar a minor miracle getting us a point or a really lucky win. But if you look at this weekend, obviously tomorrow there's a big game in Watford-Burnley. And if Watford could do us a favour and even take 1 fucking point off Burnley, and let's say on Sunday, Everton-Chelsea, Everton don't win or ideally lose. If you come out of this weekend, say we do lose, as long as the other 2 teams don't win or neither of them win, I actually wouldn't mind that. But obviously, if we can get a draw and we can match the results of the other teams around us, then great. That's a brilliant weekend for us. Like, Scott, what do you actually reckon? I mean, Chris is just put in the comments there. He thinks that Watford will take points off Burnley. What are your predictions for those 2 games?
Who's Lampard's team playing?
Everton, Chelsea at home for Everton.
Yeah.
No, I can.
I can see Chelsea just fucking laying down for him.
What's that? Oh, we got to remember next. A lot of people saying about Chelsea doing Fat Boy a favour and stuff. I don't know. That's one I'm not sure about. I agree with Chris on Watford. I don't think Watford want to go down, land down. They're not down 100% yet. And a win over Burnley gives them hope that they could squeeze out of it. But again, it relies on them pretty much winning all the rest of their games. I think that's not going to happen. But still, it gives them hope, and I think they will beat Burnley tomorrow. As for Chelsea and Everton, as you said, Are the players going to lie down? I've said for a while, I don't think the Chelsea's players are even at the club anymore. They don't care. They just happen to be better than a lot of other players in the league.
Yeah.
But I can see that one being a draw. If I'm honest, I can see it being a draw. I still think Everton's going to get relegated over us and Burnley, to be honest. I'm very hopeful of that.
I'm just that pessimistic Leeds fan that will believe we're getting relegated until it's mathematically not possible. I'm just that way inclined. I always fear the worst. What about you, Mike? What do you think of those two games? What do you think? Do you think we will better their results by just losing 1-0 and they lose 2-0 each?
I think they'll both be a draw.
Right. Everton's so I think we have to get a draw to match that.
Yeah, I think Everton's record at home is better than their away.
Yeah.
If Everton was away, Chelsea win all day long. But the fact that Everton are at home, the crowd, they'll know our results, they'll know Burnley's results. They'll be up for it more. So I don't think they'll lose.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest, either. I actually thought they might end up getting a win because I think they'll just lay down for Lampard because the Chelsea. But I hope they don't.
Because that's what most people do. They just see Frank Lampard. Oh, lie down for Frankie boy.
I can't be asked.
Not you, Frank.
I think every Leeds fan would say I'd love it for Everton to go down. Not because I have a problem with Everton, but just because it's Lampard.
Yeah.
And it would be so satisfying. But Derby has gone down and Lampard's going down. So it'd just be like,
what else? I would also like, if Everton go down, I would love to be able to give the fingers to Elite Sports Group for screwing up the first ever Leeds shop in Belfast because of Everton having no fans and can't sell any products. And then they get relegated. So I would just love to go Elite Sports Group, lick the back of them.
It's a very niche complaint there, Scott, but we share sentiment.
For everyone from Northern Ireland, you will feel my pain. And even the Republic of Ireland, because people travelled up for Gary Kelly came up to go to a Leeds shop and they didn't have any stock.
Fairly sure he lives in Leeds, but you know,
he doesn't even have to rocket him, mate. You know what about?
Well, he's here a lot.
Aye, he's a season ticket holder, like.
Not fair enough.
Bet you he's made the pay for that too.
So come on, let's we've pretty much touched on everything that I think there is any point touching on. We know what there is. We know what's going to happen. We know what's in front of us tomorrow. It's a massive challenge, but let's try and have a go at predicting the lineup. And do I ask you to give me per position, or do I ask you to just tell me how many changes you think there'll be to last time? Because I only see one, to be honest.
Go through the line, like do the back four, and then
right. Okay.
Do it that way.
Mike, I'll come to you first. I want you to, I'm going to include the keeper. So give me your back five, your goalkeeper, and your back four.
So Meslier in goal, obviously. Unfortunately, Ailing right back. We haven't got anyone else.
Back.
He will not play.
For the under-23s.
Yeah, that means he's not playing tomorrow, right?
I know, but I'm just saying he's back.
Llorente and Cooper at the back, and then Dallas left back.
So you would choose to keep Llorente in there? Just saying.
I'd rather not. I'd rather Cock play, but
well, fucking put him there. This is your lineup.
We do what our lineup is, or what we think it will be.
Or tell me both.
Okay, so that's what I think it will be. What I want is Ailing, Cock, Cooper, Firpo.
You love the Cock in there, don't you? You put Firpo in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that only so you can move Dallas into midfield, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do it, but fair enough. Scotty, what about yours? Predicted and what you want?
My lineup that I would choose would be Meslier and nets, Ailing right back, Cresswell and Cooper as your centre backs, and Pascal or Firpo at left back. I'll be honest, against City, I would probably go with Firpo. That's who I would go with because of the speed.
Yeah.
Llorente for me, not be on the bench.
Big move chucking Charlie Cresswell in against Man City at home, but
he's got faith. The big lad has got faith. And if you watch the wee video on the Leeds website as well, he's got a hell of a country singing voice on him too.
All right. I've seen that bit. But we spoke on the last show about how fucking big he is when you see him, like especially when he plays for the under-23s because he's just against children and he just looks like he could pick them all up and like carry them around. My back four, obviously Meslier in net, of course. Ayling right back. I'd have Robin Koch at right centre back ideally, but I do think it'll be Llorente, unfortunately. Cooper, obviously. And for me, Dallas stays at left back. Dallas doesn't go into midfield because it's not the same position of midfield that he was playing last season.
Is that who you would pick, or is that who you think it'll be?
No, that's who I'd pick. What I think it'll be is exactly the same. I don't think Robin Koch comes in. I think it stays the same back five. I think there's only one change, and it's the two in front that obviously we'll get to that in a sec. Scott, you give me your two in front and what you think it'll be and what you want it to be.
Me or Mike?
You.
No, you Scotty.
All right. We need to have like a talking stick and we'll just pass it around when someone's there. You go. That would have been so better if you had a stick in your hand. I would be having Dallas and Phillips there. But as you said, I think it'll be Koch and Phillips. Because I don't think Klick's starting. I think it's been a case of he's not grasping what Jesse wants him to do. And I missed the arguing initially when I was watching the live match. And it was when I watched it back and I seen the arguing. And whenever you see Jesse in the sidelines, he's constantly barking orders at Klitsch. Klitsch just, it's not clicking with Klicky. I think is the problem with certain aspects of the game. And I don't think he's suited for tomorrow. I think Chris said that already. I don't think he's suited for tomorrow.
Yeah. I fully agree on the Klick thing. I think realistically, the words that he used in the press conference, Marsh, was that he bought Robin Koch on at half-time for more defensive solidity. We're against Man City. We're going to need a bit more of that. So Klick in starting, let's be honest, Robin Koch's coming in. I just want to touch on this because I know, Mike, you're probably about to tell me yours and you would put Dallas here. People say Dallas isn't a left back. For me, Junior Firpo is a car crash, fit or unfit. Dallas is a better left back. But if Stuart Dallas isn't a left back, why would you think he's a CDM? Because he's never played as a CDM before. He played in midfield for us last year in the eights, but that's a very different position. Like, are you sticking to that?
Yeah, I still think I would play him there and then just push him up a little bit forward, so then you can get him to counter attack more, get Phillips to sit, and then
pivot.
Yeah,
it's not the system that we know is going to be played.
Yeah, so line up as double pivot, but not so then do Dallas as the roaming player.
Right. I mean, I think we'd get raped regardless of what formation we're playing.
I agree. It makes sense because obviously Dallas, with him being a left back, he's obviously got the ability to defend. We've seen him defend before. He's so much more better going forward. And I think that's been a problem we've seen the last few weeks. He's been getting caught out with pace and speed. I think him in that six with Phillips would be great. I really do, because he can defend and then he can move forward as well. And he's a lot faster than Klicky, I think, as well.
Yeah.
He also can cover Firpo when Firpo goes forward as well, so we're not leaving gaps there.
Yeah.
I just automatically want to drop dead the second I hear Firpo. I was hoping he was out for the season. I don't even feel mean saying that. I would happily still put him in the car and drive him to another club.
Why have you got such an anti-Firpo agenda? You're so anti-Firpo, Phil.
If Firpo plays, he scores, okay? You can clip that up.
I bet you literally any money that doesn't happen.
Someone check the odds.
Yeah, check the odds. Right now, you just log in and put a bet on while we talk about what's going to happen with the rest of the team. That's not happening. No, I'm not a fan. You can probably tell. So moving on to the three in front. Mike, you go first. You let me know who have you got in your three behind the striker.
So Harrison, obviously Rafinha, probably Greenwood and Rodrigo.
Oh, so you've gone all four. Just throw them all in. So you're dropping Dan James.
Yeah, they bring him on as an impact sub.
Yeah, fair enough. Scott, you?
I'd be the same. Well, kinda. I would be putting Harrison on the bench.
Okay.
I'd be putting
James
in the wing, and I'd be starting Greenwood up front.
Right.
Simply, and it's again another thing I've been saying a while is that he is more like to Bamford than Joffrey is. I still think Joffrey doesn't start because he does so much to the game when he comes on as an impact. And I think tomorrow is a good... Again, that's where I picked Cresswell as well. These young guys have got more fight in them, in my opinion, than some of the other ones. And that... I don't want to say inexperience, but that hunger and innocence could pay dividends in a game like that. Because they've no fear in them. They don't care who they're up against. They're just going in here to make an impression and take stake a claim for a position to be starting. Yeah. And I think a game like that, you put Cresswell on, you put Greenwood on, and they stake a claim. That's my opinion on that. Do I think that'll happen? Not a hope. It's going to be the exact same thing.
I was going to say, obviously, like my front four, I'm not going to throw Greenwood in just because I know it's not going to happen. I do think, yes, Mark Jones, you are 100% right. You can't just give him 10 minutes. Give him half hour at the end of the game at least.
60 minutes,
let him come on and make an impact at least. But yeah, no, Harrison for me would stay on the left. I can definitely agree with you. Obviously, being up front doesn't suit Dan James. I do think Dan James is a better left winger than Harrison. So if it was that he wasn't going to be shoved up front, I would put him there. And there was something that you guys all got on board with, like towards, I think it was the back end of last season when we all thought Bielsa was going to sort of like experiment with Raf as a 10. I personally want to see Rodrigo up top if we're going to play a striker, proper striker, like can hold. The thing that goes against Dan James is, he can get him behind, but he can't hold up the fucking ball. And when we get the ball back, it's nice to have the option to hit Dan James over the top. You can do that if he plays on the wing. But at the same time, if you need an out ball, you need a target man to at least keep the ball for us because City are going to smother us with the ball. I can see it being the same front four as normal, but if they were going to change anything, I wouldn't mind seeing Rafa being that 10, Dan James on one wing, Harrison on the other, and Rodrigo up front. But in all honesty, like I said, I'm happy with the front four as it is, as much as Dan James isn't a striker.
That's a good shout. You said about swapping Rodrigo to have him up front. I would even go as far to say is put Harrison on the right, James on the left, Rafinha in the 10.
Yeah.
And Rodrigo up top.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, the only thing I'd be worried about though there is because Rodrigo's work rate from Marsh has come in.
Yeah.
It's been exponential compared to what it was previously.
I suppose you
would lose that, but yeah. I think you would lose that putting him up there, but at the same time against Man City, it could work because he'd be better at holding up the play, creating that space for Rafinha, James to run in. I was going to say Harrison there, but he needs to be better at making them decisions. It's like the way I want to tell me here, but it's like a woman deciding what she wants for dinner. It's the same thing as Harrison deciding what he's going to do with the ball.
Yeah, I think
I'm not wrong. The girls are going to agree with me.
Chris has hit the nail on the head. We miss Patrick Bamford so much, and obviously Alisson and Marty just saying there. Obviously, when the summer comes round, I mean, I don't think it's a secret. A backup striker or another striker is on the hit list for Leeds United in the summer, along with like a backup goalkeeper, apparently, full backs, and the obvious, a fucking centre mid. Well, that'll be fun. Let's hope we stay up and we can talk about transfers then. So, like I said, it was always going to be short and sweet tonight. So we're going to do the score predictions now, guys. If you want to get yours in, if there's any 8-0s in there, I personally will find that funny. But otherwise, do send them in and give me your actual predictions. Obviously, it will start with 9 at a minimum.
9-0.
Scott, I'll come to you first, mate. What do you think, genuinely?
Honestly, I think we can nick a win, but I think we're going to get beat 3-0. I've never predicted a loss for us, not once this entire season, not once. And I'm just like, look, it's a game where I am not expecting anything. I'm going, we'll lose 3-0, but I think we could nick it. John Knox, I wish I genuinely had your optimism. I have your hope, not your optimism.
There's so many people in this chat that are so much more positive than I'm going to be.
Oh, fuck, he's going to go.
I don't think yours is.
Mike, mate, what about you?
I want to say 1-1, but I'm going 2-1 Leeds.
Right, okay, who scores for Leeds then?
Firpo if he plays.
Fucking hell. I'll end the stream now, shall I?
What's a Desmond Tutu?
Let's just say it's Cooper as well then. Put it that way, Cooper as well.
I thought you just said the keeper as well. Cooper as well.
Cooper.
Right. Well, fucking, you probably got better odds on Melier than you do on fucking Firpo.
I feel horrible saying that we're going to lose because I've never said it.
I love that. A Cooper header from a fucking rookie.
Oh,
oh my god. Right, I mean, I'm gonna ask another question after this because I don't want to end on a negative, so I'll ask you guys to end the show or something. But I think we're going to lose quite easily. To be honest, I'm gonna go 2-0, so I don't upset anybody.
Phil, you're making me look like the biggest dick on this channel right now.
I genuinely thought you were about to go 4 or 5-0.
Oh no, I would personally, obviously, I'm a Bielsa lover. We don't talk about it anymore, but if it was 7-0, I would laugh so fucking hard. Just because it would quiet people down. No, I think it will be like. I think they'll take the lead. I think we'll try and shut them out for as long as we can, but I think they'll get one, and then hopefully we'll see it through till half time, and then second half again we'll hold them out for as long as we can, but they will get another. And if we can keep it at 2-0, I know people are going to say like you can't go into a game hoping for a 2-0 defeat, but yeah, I am. I honestly don't mind. And it's not me sitting here saying I don't want us to go and beat them tomorrow. I don't want to get a point. I would love a fucking point. I just don't see where one's coming from. I really struggle, even in my heart of hearts or like the most deluded part of my mind. I can't find anything from the way that we've played in the last 5 games. I'm great to see us grinding out results against Palace, grinding out a goalless draw against Palace. Wonderful. We wouldn't have done that under Bielsa. That is true. But I don't see us grinding out a goalless draw against the best team in the fucking world. I just don't. I don't think anyone can. So if I think 2-0, I'd take it. I'd be happy. We haven't got spanked. The goal difference hasn't taken any more of a beating than it already needs. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Can I interrupt you, sir?
Yeah, go. Say something positive.
Everyone's banging on about the goal difference, right? Now, yes, at this moment in time, there are only 2 teams with the worst goal difference.
Yeah.
But Everton's is creeping awfully closer to what ours is. And if we can get another couple of games where we don't...
Creeping very slowly.
Well, there's still a couple of teams to play that can bang in 3 or 4 against them. And if we can stop a couple of these big teams scoring against us, just saying. But can I throw this up? Chris Kelly, thank you, because not once this season have I predicted the correct score. Not once. So let's all pray that I am so wrong that we win, but I do think we get beat 3-0. I'm just saying. I feel like a dick. I hate that. I feel like I've got fucking curtains and I look like I'm in a boy band. I hope I'm proved wrong.
Well, I am also hoping to be proved wrong because Lad and Dad have said that we're going to Paul Wilson's gig tomorrow night, which I'm going to quickly plug here. Paul was meant to be on tonight, couldn't join us unfortunately, but obviously his big gig is tomorrow night again at the Irish Centre. If you haven't already, get yourself down there after the game. Everyone's going to be going. It should be fun. But Lad and Dad are coming for a sleepover. Yeah, thanks, Chris.
You're just gonna have a pillow fight now?
Yeah, mate. If Leeds beat Man City, I will do anything they want. They can have a sofa and pillow fight if they want a pillow fight. I'm not sure. Lad's only 15, so I don't think it's really up his street. But me and Dad can have a bit of play around, can't we?
Here, just to answer this. Yes, watch along will be starting at about 5 o'clock or so tomorrow, just after 5 probably.
Yeah, as always. Plenty of content coming out. You're going to have a very busy day, aren't you, Scott?
Well, the Palace match, I was really struggling to find anything to shout about. The passing on both teams was awful. Like, I was really struggling to even like offer some sort of commentary. Tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be stuck for words.
I'm not sure, mate. I'll be honest. I did the watch along. Remember, for the last Man City game, one of 2 watch alongs I've ever done. That was probably the worst. And the second, you left me in charge for the Everton game.
Yeah.
Look what happened there. So,
Yeah.
it's not as fun as you'd think being in Scottish.
Who's the gifted Peter Andre?
That would be me, I believe.
Oh, why you do look a bit like Mr. Andre? That's a very nice compliment, sir.
It's all right. I've got
Very
Mr. Tumble beneath me.
I was going to say, just count your lucky stars, and Ellie looks nothing like that Tart Jordan.
Yeah, no, I am relieved at that. It does help. I think now that we're veering off on different tangents.
Yeah, we're going on. I think we're done.
We'll call it a night. We've done the score predictions. Yeah, obviously Scott is going to. I'm going to quickly answer that one. Financial year for the COVID put together. If they were to get a points deduction, it wouldn't be until the end of next season anyway. So don't worry about that. It's just one of them articles that doesn't need to be spoken about. So Scott has his watch along tomorrow. There will be a player ratings on Sunday. I'm sure there will be some post-match reaction, possibly from an Oscar, a Chris, or a Jack. Someone will put something out. If not,
I'll have a post-match up on Sunday.
Scott will anyway. And Mike, you've got plenty of TikTokies going out over the next 24 to 48 hours as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll have a couple going out.
So you know where we are, guys. There's plenty to get yourself involved with. Yes, Chris, if everyone is there, see you at the game tomorrow. Looking forward to it. And if we do lose, at least we get to see De Bruyne, hopefully, on the bench. So, yeah.
You're such a fanboy. Brilliant. Stop being a fanboy.
Brilliant. You're sat there blowing bubbles and West Ham aren't even playing. So,
Dramatic bubbles.
Again, to answer the questions, Simon, no, they won't go bust because the way that things work, they've actually announced since that announcement that the financial fair play has just doubled. So people can get in even more fucking debt than they used to. But that is a completely different conversation that we're having all the time. So if you haven't already
in the bar football team.
Yeah, get involved. Scott, do you want to do the smashing like thing for me?
Oh, you want me to do the wee smash and like thing?
Yeah, smashing.
Do you not know how to do it? It's right there.
Boom! There you go. There, like that.
Smash and like.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, smash the like and, as Oscar would say, and subscribe to the channel. So thank you for your time this evening, Scotty and Mike. Good to have you back. And obviously enjoy the game tomorrow, guys. Keep it locked to All Leeds TV for everything after and during and before and just everything ever.
And just general, just stay here.
Yep.
Yeah, don't leave, guys.